I would like to thank Dr. Ashish for having sessions like these, which are very nice and very interactive. Rather, there are many workshops which happen around the globe, and where people just sit and watch. This will be a little different than what you would probably see everywhere else. Dr. Ashish has spoken about me, what I have done briefly, and yes, I was born in Srinagar, J&K, but I was raised in Maharashtra, Mumbai, Pune. But I never left my roots anywhere back, so I did carry that forward, especially from my grandmother who just passed away a few months back. She was about 100 years old. So all my cooking comes from her. So, not that my mother didn't cook, she did. And then of course the major part came from my grandmother. So that's where the passion of cooking started in childhood. Cooking in the kitchen with grandmothers, and I'm sure you're used to a lot of chefs saying that. But yeah, all kuch samajh bhi nahi aaya. My father wanted me to join railways. He was a teacher himself. But then, मैं ट्रेन के धक्के नहीं खाने थे मैंने. So I thought it's better. मेरी thought process तब ये थी कि मतलब खाना बनाना है तो पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा. स्कूल की पढ़ाई से हटके खाना बनाना is better. But nevertheless, I knew that I'll have to still study, and rather study more than what I would, which is good in fact. So yeah, that's a brief about my personal stuff also. Now what I'm doing today is, like you all may be aware of Kashmiri food. When people say the only two things that come in people's mind is rishta, rostaba, rogan josh. But there's lots more to it. Kashmiri food is very old. It has influence from Persia, Iran specifically. It's traveled from Iran towards Afghanistan and then to India. So it's taken in various cultures while traveling. The customs, traditions are very Persian. If you see, look at the utensils used for cooking, you look at the utensils used for serving at the olden times, they were more of Persian style, like samawar, which they used to serve tea in. It's very Irani. It's an Irani, like a kettle, huge kettle which has hollow in center. They put live coal in it and warm water around it. So it keeps the tea warm in the winters. So that was the whole idea of serving tea, especially traditionally marriages time. Not, you won't really find it in every household doing it every day. It used to be opened up, it was like a jewel, it could be opened up for various functions, events, festivals, marriages. This was used only at that time. But it is, of course, I would say probably, maybe when my grandmother was younger, it was an everyday affair because there were no stoves, no gas, no nothing. So it would have been used every single day of their life, My grandmother used to say when her routine rather, as a woman working in the house, which has a joint family of about, say, 15 to 16 people living together in a small house. So they had to cook. So their routine was to get up in the morning at 4, get ready, go. तो वो धान बोलते थे उसको, चूल्हे को. तो धान को पूरा रात की राख निकाली, उसको फेंक दी. फिर नहा के आते थे, उसके बाद उस पर वापस मिट्टी की लिपाई करते थे. फिर बर्तन धुलते थे राख से. उसके बाद फिर खाना बनता था. पहली चाय बनती थी. And by that time, the man of the house had a duty to go to a local bakery, which is called kandur in Kashmiri language. So he used to go to the local bakery at that time, and by the time women would finish all this, he would come back with freshly baked breads. So Kashmiri breakfast is more of breads. So there is lavash, there is bagar khani, there is many other breads. So they used to have breads there was no culture of parathas or no culture of having poha and all these things were never there. So whether it's a Kashmiri Pandit or a Kashmiri Muslim, the only thing they knew about breakfast was having a cup of tea and having breads. That was the basic idea of having a breakfast rather. And after the breakfast, the men used to go for their work. And Pahadon mein, especially if you're living little up higher up on the hills and mountains, they had a tradition to eat a proper meal. पूरा खाना खा के निकलते थे घर से, थाली भर के. Because they didn't know, they had to walk for miles and they had to travel for miles for their work. So they had to eat a proper meal, full thali khake, and then they used to leave for their work, come back in the evening. Or tiffin culture nahi tha, there was no tiffin culture, nobody used to carry tiffins. So they used to go for work, come back by 3, 4 in the evening, क्योंकि वहाँ अंधेरा जल्दी हो जाता था, तो 3-4 बजे तक लोग घर आ जाते थे वापस. तो घर आते ही then again one more meal was there ready for them. So yeah, they were big eaters. I mean, being from the culture of Persian coming in, so meat was the main, obviously non-veg was an integral part of, the meal. उसके बगैर तो मतलब chicken तो was a big no-no. मतलब chicken, I remember my grandmother used to say chicken उनके घर में बनता है, उनके घर में कुछ नहीं बनता. So mutton was the main meal. It still is in many homes. Now obviously it's been changed with chicken, but I don't know. Cultural influences have changed it a lot. But then yeah, mutton used to be the main thing. And in olden times, a lot of people, it's been mentioned, I'm sure Rahul will agree, it's been mentioned in many Ayurvedic books also about Kashmiri Pandits, why they eat meat. It's been probably mentioned in Hillar Veda, something like that. It's been mentioned there. And Kehwati has been there since 1st century, 1st AD. And from Persia, it's been going on with Kashmiri Pandit food. Muslims and Hindus used to have Kehwati. So it's a very old tea. Food-wise, yeah, there are many traditions. It's been diversified into two different sectors. One being the Wazwan, which is the Muslim feast, which consists of about 36 courses. Actually 36 dishes, so each dish is considered as a course there. So there's 36 courses, then the Pandit cuisine. Now the major difference is, Pandits don't use fresh garlic, ginger, onion. They don't use that. No tomatoes are used. So the major flavor and taste comes obviously from the ingredient and the spices. Now in Kashmir, the best part was the water. Water plays a very big role. So the quality of water used to give a brilliant flavor and taste to the food. It's the same thing if you go towards Punjab. Punjab के खाना क्यों इतना अच्छा बोला जाता है? Because the quality of water is very good there. So पानी बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है. आप कहीं पे भी जाएं, आप महाराष्ट्र की तरफ जाएं, it's hard water. वो बोरी का पानी है, बोरिंग का. तो it's very different taste altogether. आप चाहे कितना भी ट्राई करें, वो authenticity नहीं आ पाती है. Because of the water content also.
ये अच्छा बनता है राजस्थान में.
बिल्कुल. So yeah, water plays a big role. Then the another major difference is of festivals. Now during festivals, for Hindus also, every single festival, and I'm talking about regional festival, not national festival. There are many regional festivals. Every festival had an offering of any kind of non-veg to the gods. It could be of mutton, it could be of fish. We eat fish also. The best trout comes from Srinagar. One being in Europe, another being in Srinagar. So we used to have an offering of fish. And every celebration, the first snow that falls, they used to celebrate it with liver. They used to cook liver. फिर regional festivals जितने भी हैं, there's a festival for liver, there's a festival for fish, there's a festival for lungs, there's a festival for mutton by itself, there's a festival for kebab. I think they make a kebab on a specific day. तो मतलब segregated किया गया है. And of course it goes with the season, it goes with the availability उस टाइम पे जैसे होती थी लोगों की. तो बहुत सारे factors उसको influence कर रहे थे. So this was the culture integrate, and festivals में भी it was a very like we were discussing in the morning also. तो कहीं ईद है तो सब लोग वहीं चले जाते थे मोहल्ले में. एक के घर में सुबह से लेकर शाम तक बाहर ही होते थे लोग. कभी किसी के घर में, कभी किसी के घर में. And everyone had something different to offer with a twist. Same thing was during Diwali or even during Holi was never celebrated there as such because it being cold time, 9 months of the year. Holi was not a big play-wise, it was not there. So Shivratri is the biggest festival for Hindus out there. Shivratri में भी first day is a vegetarian day because they say कि उस दिन शादी हुई थी शिव और पार्वती की रात को. तो they didn't have because वो लड़की वाले के घर गए थे तो लड़की वालों ने वेज सर्व किया था. So next day when they came, all the Bhairavs, that they say, तो राक्षस जो आए थे साथ में उनके लिए खाना बना था. So it was a non-veg day for them. So next day is the non-veg day where there is a feast of...
Meat eaters, they are rakshas.
For them, yes. So That's how, I mean, that's what I have heard. Could be something else. I'm just saying what I have heard. So yeah, this is there. Then the Hindus are influenced with the biggest god being for them the Shiv. So Shivratri being the biggest festival, मतलब उस टाइम पे तो छुट्टी हो जाती थी हर जगह. It was like a state holiday rather in Kashmir. So you could only see people shopping for a lot of, मतलब butchers were happy. That is one thing. Butchers were always happy there.
दिल्ली में अभी बutchers इसलिए भी है कि आप आए ना बहुत सारे माइग्रेट करके, उनकी butchers are very happy.
They are very happy.
वो कितने साथ यहाँ तो आधे किलो पावर वो आते 7-8-10
7-8
किलो
kilo, yes. Yes, that's true, very true. And जैसे नवरात्रे हैं, नवरात्रों में तो अब फैशन बन गया है रादर कि फास्टिंग करना है और मीट नहीं खाते हैं. बट इट वॉज नेवर इन कश्मीर लाइक दैट. इन फैक्ट द फर्स्ट 5 days माई ग्रैंड मदर यूज्ड टू से व्हेन शी वाज यंग, शी यूज्ड टू वो बकरे के पाइप से लंग्स, दे यूज्ड टू कैरी दैट इन देयर हैंड. और वहाँ एक मंदिर है, they had to climb up, obviously तब सीढ़ी वीढ़ी बनी नहीं होती थी, they had to hike it up. तो हाइक करके जाते थे, वहाँ चील बैठते थे, तो वो उनको ऐसे घुमा घुमा के पहले 5 दिन हर रोज कोई ना कोई ऑफरिंग जाती थी नवरात्रों में ही. सो इट वॉज ऑलवेज, द मीट वॉज ऑलवेज अ पार्ट ऑफ द कल्चर, इवन इन फेस्टिवल्स, इवन इन एनीथिंग. तो लॉट ऑफ पीपल आस्क मी कि आप पंडित होके नवरात्रों में मीट खाते हैं, तो आई वाज लाइक आई थिंक यू नीड टू स्टडी मोर और अदर रिसर्च मोर, or I can tell them what it is, a little brief what I know about it. So this is what the part of the culture is. You know, even in marriages, our marriages are not just 2 days, 3 days, it goes on for a week. हफ्ता 10 दिन का अफेयर है. तो पुराने टाइम में, I still remember the last marriage which I saw in Srinagar was my chacha's. Luckily for me, I was there. तो धान बनता है, चूल्हे 2 अलग अलग बनते थे, one for Muslims, one for Hindus. The cooks were different. बट बकरे एक ही आते थे, बकरे वहीं आते थे, वहीं सुबह कटते थे,
वो गरीब बेचारे बकरे
वहीं सुबह कटते थे. आई मीन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द फ्रेशनेस, द क्वालिटी ऑफ sheeps basically, sorry, yeah. So they used to get it there in the morning, वहीं स्लॉटर होते थे, वहीं पे वो पकते थे फ्रेश. दैट्स हाउ द फ्रेशनेस यूज्ड टू बी मेंटेन्ड देयर. रादर नो बुचर यूज्ड टू, वो नहीं था कि दुकान से जाके लेके आए. इवन फॉर वेजिटेबल्स, जितनी भी सब्जियां आती थी, मोहल्ले की औरतें इकट्ठे होके, चाहे आटा हो, चावल हो, क्विंटल क्विंटल आता था, तो उसको साथ में मिलके साफ किया जाता था. 1-2 दिन, 3 दिन तक तो चावल ही साफ होते रहते थे, फिर 3 दिन तक बाकी चीजें बनती रहती, सब्जियां साफ हो रही थी 2 दिन तक. तो इट वॉज अ वेरी कम्युनिटी बेस्ड कुकिंग बेसिकली. इट वॉज नॉट अ वेरी पर्सनलाइज्ड कुकिंग. सो एवरी वन यूज्ड टू बी गिवन अ ड्यूटी टू डू समथिंग और द अदर. So that's how the cooking used to be, done out there, where the marriages are concerned. Now, yes, if you have any questions, are there any doubts or questions till now? Sorry.
सवाल ये है कि बात करेंगे, आप अपने नाम को कैसे प्रोनाउंस करेंगे? How do you pronounce your name?
My name?
Yes.
Rahul, Wali.
मैं इसलिए अर्ज कर रहा था क्योंकि वली इज अरबिक वर्ड.
Arabic word, yes.
अरबिक भैया साहब वाली कहते हैं, तो मैंने कहा there is a possibility you also might be actually pronouncing it as वाली, but it's a वली.
Wali.
और वली means
अब डिफरेंट लोगों ने डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव्स दिए हैं. कश्मीर में जैसे पुराने जमाने में क्या होता था, जिसका जो प्रोफेशन होता था वो सरनेम डल जाता था कई बार. तो कभी कुछ दिख गया तो वो सरनेम डल गया. तो कहते हैं कि रादर एक वली तो प्रॉफिट भी माना जाता है. आई थिंक सो, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग.
एक्चुअली इसका शाब्दिक जो अर्थ है ना वली का मतलब ऊंचा, सबसे ऊंचा, सुपर.
They were tax.
वली अल्लाह मतलब
Walis were basically revenue collectors. We used to collect tax.
Just like चौधरी,
मुनीम जी की तरह.
सुप्रीम.
हाँ जी. हाँ, तो वो टैक्स कलेक्ट करते थे. They used to collect tax. हाँ. तो my great grandfather used to collect tax. Basically वो उनसे वो नाम पड़ गया नाम से. हाँ, correct. Chief of the village, correct.
Mediator between the state and the peasants.
Right. पर मैंने एक और सुना है कि जो चिमनीज होते थे घरों में जिनके, तो उनको वो उस टाइम पे कश्मीरी लैंग्वेज में वुल बोलते हैं। तो वो जिनके वहां वो होते थे वो मोहल्ला बन गया था, तो उनको वुल से वल्ली बन गया। आई मीन आई डोंट नो वेदर इट्स अ ट्रू थिंग और नॉट, नोबडी हैज रियली said कि yes that's true, but the taxpayer thing that he's saying that is one thing that is एक सबूत है, मतलब कि वो उसका तो सबूत है कि वो टैक्स पेयर थे। They used to collect tax from people for the king or other for whom and so ever. So that's how the profession name got it. हाँ जी, हाँ जी, बिल्कुल।
सेंट्रल एशिया से इंडिया, तो वो रास्ते में लिखते इंडिया पहुँच के ये जगह है पंजाब में, यहाँ पे गुरुद्वार लोग रहते हैं और मतलब हर कोई अपने नाम से अपने गुरुद्वार
उसको मैं जैसे मैं और तरह से अगर अर्ज करूँ तो फिर थोड़ा सा 2 मिनट है और बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग मैं यू प्रेजेंटेड योर आइडिया, अभी आई जो मज़ा आया सुन करके आपको। तो एक्चुअली ये गुरुद्वार है, अखबार अब लिखने लगे एक भाई, क्योंकि स्कूल में चिढ़ाते थे इनको सोमवार मंगलवार जैसे आप जेदी है तो मैं कहते थे केदी, इस तरह के स्कूलों में
निकनेम्स
तो समाज चलता है। तो हम एक दिन बाबरनामा पढ़ रहे थे, ये गुरुद्वार जो है बाबरनामा में बाबर लिखता है कि यहाँ पर जो लोग रहते हैं इस जगह का नाम गुरुद्वार है, कभी भी है, और यहाँ के जो लोग हैं वो भी गुरुद्वार कहलाते हैं। तो इसमें पंजाब के अंदर जैसे सियालकोट के सियाल से वो सियालकोट से है ना, तो इस तरीके से बहुत सारे जो प्लेस नेम्स हैं या कुछ प्लेस एस्टेब्लिश हो गए उनके नाम से जो प्रोमिनेंट। तो एक और सब मैं आपको अर्ज करूँ हिस्टोरिकली कि आप जो लोग पंडित हैं वहाँ, ये जो कश्मीर है वो इधर से ही लोग जाके जो सन्यासी थे वो जब रिनाउंस करते थे वर्ल्ड को, तो ये एक एरिया ऐसा था, उतना खूबसूरत एरिया था, ये झील था और वहाँ जाकर के ये अपना संन्यास लेते थे। तो बात के अंदर जो है स्लोली ग्रेजुअली जब काफ, जैसे सुबह हम बात कर रहे थे काफ कश्मीर, तो ये ड्राई हो गई, बाकायदा पानी आता तो जी, तो फिर ये वैली बन गई, वो खूबसूरत वैली बनी। तो इसमें जितने ये लोग हैं, जैसे ऋषि वहाँ पर है और ऋषि जो है मुस्लिम, मतलब आप लोगों में से वो मुस्लिम जो हैं ज्यादातर, तो आप लोगों भाई यहाँ का हिंदुस्तान का 100% मुसलमान हिंदू।
हाँ, earlier it was majority of before even Mughals came, before even Taimur came rather.
नहीं, मुगल और तैमूर तो बहुत बात है, आपके यहाँ तो जैनुल आबिदीन वगैरह,
हाँ,
तो ईरान से